No one's coming to save you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to tell you this.
No one's gonna wake you up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym.
That
No
is
one's
true.
gonna tell you to read that book.
No one's gonna tell you to stop scrolling.
My future really is in my hands. Like,
It really
is.
is. Like, everything is up to you now.
Yeah. If you make easy decisions now, the future's gonna be harder.
Sure.
But if you make hard decisions now, it makes your future easier.
The world doesn't owe you anything.
I mixed it up like, stay so stuck about me. Yeah, like it smells nice. So I went to that candle. Hey, don't try this at home, guys. And if you fall off, you fall off. Like, it's happened.
And
So
no
you
one's meant to be perfect. That's not meant to be perfect.
do that journey. It's enough now. You proved it. Showing up consistently.
You fucking pressure. Hey guys, welcome back to Just Chat with
Tofato and
Masego. So, yeah, we come back.
yeah, it's the long weekend, guys.
Oh yeah, it's the long weekend.
Yeah.
Yo, we
The last one for this year.
until December.
December is a long weekend.
That's like a topic for another day.
Yeah, so I don't know. Actually, okay, there might be a long weekend until December.
But yeah, so what
Yeah.
matters is that we're here on a long weekend.
In winter, kuyabanda, guys.
But yeah, we keep pushing,
Yeah.
and we wanted to talk about something that was
Yeah, that keep pushing. Why are we keep pushing? Why do we keep pushing? But yeah, I think the topic for today is
no one's coming to save you.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry to tell you this. I don't know if it's an epiphany or
Yeah.
bursting your bubble, but we just wanted to talk about that realization that no one is coming to save you, and not in a bad way.
Yeah,
in a realistic way.
I recently posted a TikTok with a sound from Mel Robbins,
Mm.
and it was saying like, nobody's coming to save you. Like,
Hey,
no
Mel
one's gonna,
Robbins.
yeah, like no one's gonna wake you up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym.
That
No
is
one's
true.
gonna tell you to read that book.
No one's gonna tell you
yeah.
to stop scrolling.
Yeah.
You know, even though like we get the motivation like this
Yeah.
by scrolling, but yeah, no one is going to force you and like push you to live the life that you want to live and become the person that you want to become.
Yeah, because like now I'm like realizing like, man, my future really is in my hands. Like,
It really
in
is.
my
Like everything is up to you now.
Yeah.
Like how what you invest in today is how or what you're gonna receive in the future.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like we've heard this so many times.
Let me think about this. I actually saw TikTok about this yesterday. Guys, my whole
Get it right, guys.
my whole life is TikTok, but basically it was saying,
Network is your network.
but I say like today's, if like, I'm just gonna
Just paraphrase, yeah.
So it's like, if you make easy decisions now, the future's gonna be harder.
Sure.
But if you make hard decisions now, it makes your future easier.
Sure, I've heard that. Yeah, and I hear you.
So it's basically about discipline.
Sure.
So, but like this, like no one's coming to save you, and like all of this, like I'm with it. But I feel like there's very like there's a third line between like that, like I need to chase my dreams, I need to go for what I'm looking for, and and like that toxic hustle culture.
Okay.
So I want to make it clear that like I'm all about chasing your dreams and everything, but also chill a little bit sometimes. Like no one's coming to save you, and you have to go for your own dreams. But like myself, as I said, guys, this year is all about hustle, working hard, chasing my things. But honestly, the last 2 months I kind of fell off, and I think last week I was like really just tired. I was just like, no, I'm not doing anything this week.
That's where I am right now.
Yeah, and I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like I just chilled, and I'm like, yes, I know, I still want to be that girl,
Yeah.
and I still want to like reach those things. But as I always say, rest is also productive. Like I
100%.
won't like if I try to push myself through this, I'm not gonna make it to where I want to be. So sometimes I need to take a step back, breathe, and then now I'm back.
Tell me,
Yeah.
when did you realize that no one is coming? And we're not saying that you don't have a support system, because we
Yeah.
always talk about how great
The
your
support,
community, the community is. But when did you realize it, man? It's up to me.
Yeah.
You gave your community something to support.
Yeah. Oh, that's a tough one. But That is a tough one, but just I think as our theme of the year is atomic habits,
Yeah.
I think that especially this year has played a big role for me because like we have goals for ourselves and we have things that we want to achieve. And as I just said as a joke, like the future is in my hands, but it's a serious thing. Like the future is in my hands. If I say I want to accomplish 1, 2, 3, there's certain things I have to do to get there.
Yeah.
So just realizing that, I think also like just growing older, like I'm not young anymore, guys. I'm 26. Like 26 is serious. 26 is grown, and I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but there's a way you're saying it.
Yeah, it's serious. It's serious. Now I want to, I want it to be clear that now I'm
fast.
Guys, I had a career day last week, and they were saying, "Oh, still."
Yeah.
And I said,
Oh, see.
that kind of like that's real, cause like they're like 10 years younger than me, so I'm like valid. I'm like, damn. But yeah, just realizing like time is going. Like, yes, I always say that like, I can still enjoy life now, but time is going, and realizing that someday I don't want to look back and say like, I think that has been the motivator for me this year, is to say like I still have these big dreams, these big goals, and they're not gonna happen unless I do something. So I think the theme also for my theme for this year is do hard things.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
you said it in one of the episodes.
Yeah, so it's like I think it's so fulfilling. Last week was the Comrades Marathon.
I was about to ask you.
And people ask like, why do people do this and why? And it's like it's to show you like just I don't like the fulfillment you get to commit to something, to put in the work, to put in the effort, and to see yourself accomplish it is like. That's why people do it.
Yeah.
Like
and when you do hard things like that, when life throws
hard things
at you, you're like, man, this is not good to it's not valid, but you're like, I can actually go through hell because I've been through like more difficult or harder things than this.
True. So I think like that's I guess I even forgot what was the the question. Or what was
the question was when did you realize?
Yeah, when. I guess just seeing. I've always had. I think last year I did like an exercise to just journal about where am I, because like I've had some goals when I was younger, and I'm like now grown mid-20s, and I want to see like, am I still chasing the same things, And I realized, okay, like some of these things are things that I've always wanted, and it's like, when you're younger, it's like, when I grow up, I want to be 1, 2, 3. But now I'm like. I need to put the steps. Step 1, 2, 3.
To become 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So it's like, so that's when I realized that it's all up to me, and I have to be doing stuff to actually get there. Like for example, even yesterday I was having some hard time getting motivation to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to be a person that works out.
On a Friday.
That's healthy.
Afternoon.
Like, yeah, and I was like,
Nice,
Friday after work, literally like, I went to a gym class at 5:30. Like 30 minutes after work, I was at the gym. So it was just like, I was like, it's Friday, long weekend, I don't want to go. But I'm like, I said I want to be a person that goes to the gym. So the only way for me to be a person that goes to the gym is to go to the gym. So that's how it is.
With me, like I was actually thinking about it this whole week when we're like brainstorming about a topic for today's episode. Today's episode, and I was like, because I got to a point where I'm like, I felt a bit stagnant, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know, maybe winter's coming.
Yeah.
You see? No, the other winter.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, maybe winter's coming. But like, it hit me because I'm like, I feel like I'm not doing this, or I said I wanted to do specific things and I'm not taking the steps. I think that's what I was annoyed by myself. Then that's when I realized that no one is gonna do this for me. There's a project that I'm working on, and it's been at the back of my mind for a while, and I'm like, until I take the steps and do the research.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll tell you about it.
Yeah. You wanna know.
But yeah, it's something that will really fulfill me.
Yeah,
and
it's giving influence, like guys.
Guys, tune in our next episode. Hopefully by then I would have, sorted out. Because I realized no one else is going to be like, hey, how far are you with that? Let me do it for you, that kind of thing. So the main reason we're having this conversation is that we're not saying that people are not going to be there to support you or to cheer you on or buy things from your business, but the fact that you are the one that's going to be like, you know what, I'm going to start a candle business. I'm going to start making candles in a pot.
Yeah, for real.
And then you buy, what is that thing that makes the candles?
Oh, like smelter.
That thing.
Yeah.
It looks like an urn or
it's basically that.
but like you get there, like
Yeah.
we had this conversation where we say you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
But today's topic is the fact that you have to have your why and realize that you're doing it for yourself. And that's when it hits you that no one else is going to do it for you. And the other thing is that the world doesn't owe you anything. Unfortunately, and we've spoken about this. The world doesn't owe you anything. That's why you need to come to the realization that no one is coming to save you, and you have to stand up and get up. Whether it is the self-confidence, you have to do the work. It's not going to be easy, but you have to do the work. Whether it's reading books, listening to podcasts, going to therapy, working on your circle. If there are people that you need to cut off around you that do not contribute to the person that you want to become. Those are the kind of sacrifices that you're going to have to do, take and like draw boundaries.
And I don't have anything else to say but like Atomic Habits, guys, because even with all these things, like sometimes it's overwhelming to say like, just an example, like, okay, I want to own a candle business one day. And it's like, it's so overwhelming to say, like, obviously your vision, you see like a candle store and everything so beautiful, and then you're like sitting like down, you're like, how do I get there? But it's literally like, you need to start somewhere. You need to take small steps every single day. What's the little like quote written on Atomic Habits?
1% better every day.
No, not that one. The
Which
one
one?
says like tiny changes.
Big steps.
No, it's just like tiny, like it's something like tiny changes, big results, something like that.
Yeah.
Read the book, guys, please. But basically, like, as you said now, I own a candle business now, and I'm working on some exciting stuff as well.
No, please, guys.
Something is coming soon, so be on the lookout for that.
This is an announcement video, Jay.
Yeah.
On this episode.
Yeah, but it's like, to get to that point, I had to, guys, I think I made my first candle in like 2015 or something.
Why?
Because I like candles. So
Simple.
I was just experimenting. So I put Stay Soft, I put wax, I mixed it. I was like, Stay Soft, talk about me. I was like, it smells nice. So I made that in a candle. Hey, don't try this at home, guys. But it's like, you know, I started there, tried it, mixed it, didn't work, gave up on it for a while, and then I started again. And as I bought little wax with the money that I had, did the candles on the stove. When people start buying, I have more money to buy more things. Like, I bought a table because I was doing markets, bought a table, bought a gazebo, bought the wax melter, all these things. It's like,
now you have an entire room filled with candles.
yes. So we're saying like no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to start that business for you. No one's starting to, but we're not saying by tomorrow you can have it all figured out. Like, it can take 1 year, 1 month, 5 years.
We don't know.
We don't like that's what I'm saying. It's not like as soon as, it's not like when you decide that, okay, you know what, from today I'm showing up for myself. It doesn't mean that tomorrow it's gonna be figured out.
Yeah.
You know, and there's this guy, I forgot his TikTok, guys. Am I exposing how much time I spend on TikTok? I saw his TikTok or everything. But he's on TikTok, and I actually didn't see his video, but I see people doing his challenge about self-confidence and public speaking. So you're doing like 100 days of public speaking on
Girl,
TikTok.
you never seen me this.
Yeah, but so what they're doing, they just like people that are trying to grow their confidence, and they're just posting a TikTok every day. Just switch on the camera, say, "Hey guys, so today this is what I did," just to get comfortable. And what that shows you is like showing up consistently.
You fucking pleasure. Okay.
Yeah, showing up consistently pays off. Like, you won't, if for example, just the TikTok example, if I go day 1 and I say, here's my TikTok, day 2, I won't look at the difference and say, oh, such a big difference. There's not going to be a difference. But you're going to go to day 100 and look at day 1 and say, when did that happen?
So there's this guy on TikTok who's on
that journey. It's enough now. You proved it. I thought him before he started his dosa journey, and and I was like, sorry guys, but I was like, he drinks Coke, he eats and some of the things he eats, I was like, I Am I honest to that journey as well? Because
Okay, come back.
Next episode.
Yeah, because when I saw Storyline Journey Day 65, I went to day 1 and I said, what the
Yeah, I
hell?
followed him because he posts. Guys, we should link his TikTok. I really like his content because that's how I started finding out. Like he would post like how many calories stuff has.
Yes.
So that's when I followed him before.
Okay.
So people weren't taking him seriously. So I said, let me put myself in your shoes. But like that's so real. Like.
But we're talking about doing it the other way around. When you start, okay, when you
See what
start.
I tell you about that?
But yeah, so I understand like recording it because as you said, when you started with day 1 and day 2 is like I'm not there. But now when you look at day 1 and day 65,
yes.
it is insane.
True. So yeah, I think also what are your thoughts on since we're talking about this like the 75 hard challenge stuff like that?
I like that.
Yeah.
Personally, I liked it. Obviously, in the beginning of the year when I started my, I don't want to say weight loss journey, but it really was because I had a goal to lose a certain amount of kilograms and I lost 7 kilograms for those who don't know. Probably gained it back, but whatever.
Yeah.
But for me, because over the years I've tried to be like, you know what, I'll eat clean, and I hadn't had the realization that no one's coming to save me until this year when I'm like, no, guys, like I'm fooling myself. I need to take this seriously. So I really believe in that because E75 Hard has a deadline.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that helps with achieving things for me. Because when you have a deadline, then you're working towards something. Because it, like, how can I put it? When you know you've got 75 days to push, you are when each day passes, you are drawn closer to that day, and you are motivated not to
give up.
To give up.
Good time for me to recommend the 12-week year. I mean, that's another book that I read at the beginning of the year. So
yeah, that's how I feel. I know it might be a bit hard, but it's meant to be hard.
True, but I guess a lot of people say that it's not like a realistic challenge for people with a 9 to 5 because people because the actual 75 hard is like you need to do 2 workouts, you need to drink so much water, you need to
one of the workouts needs to
be outside. So it's not realistic for a lot of people. But I call it 75 hard because it was hard for me. But I did a variation of the 75 hard challenge, and I liked it because it really, I think, really ties in well with what we're talking about today, about like no one's coming to save you and doing hard things. Because guys, I always struggled to go to the gym and commit to the gym. And after high school, I've been struggling to read consistently. And being able to commit to that challenge showed me that I can do it. Like, I can do hard things. And also, like, that's another thing that, like, took me out of, like, the house yesterday to go to the gym. I'm like, I can do hard things. Like I'm like, I don't
in this weather.
Yeah, I don't want to go. I'm tired. So I'm like, just knowing that I can do hard things. And another thing which I always also talk about is knowing the why. Because if you're saying like, it's like why do I have to do hard things? So as I said, you need to know what like as I said, Atomic Habits, who are you trying to be? Who do you want to be? And once you know where you're trying to go, and you know the steps in between, on days when you don't feel like showing up, you just think, the only way for me to get there is to take these steps.
So let's talk about discipline and motivation.
Obviously
we see a lot on social media that discipline over motivation. Because as you said yesterday, you didn't feel like it, but you went. But like, let's talk about when you chose not being motivated over being disciplined. Because it happens. Like when you chose not to go to the gym. How do you come back? Because we realize we're human.
Honestly,
how do you come back from
this
that?
is the era I'm in. As I said, I fell off the April, May. Honestly, I was just living my best life. I was not really going to the gym.
Were you drinking 2 liters of Coke per day?
I was just living life, And I think another thing I learned from Atomic Habits, but it's like, well, I can choose to start over now, or the time has passed anyway, so I can just start afresh and go. I'll make an example. I crochet and knit, and I was crocheting a rug and I was knitting a cardigan, and they weren't really working out. and I lost motivation. I don't want to continue. Then I took a break, and then I unraveled them, and they turned out they're my like favorite things right now. And it's just like, guys, sometimes maybe you just need a break. And if you fall off, you fall off. Like, it's happened.
And so no one's meant to be perfect. Life's not meant to be perfect.
Yeah, so it's like, it's either you pick up and you carry on, because it's like, as I said, if your end goal is still the same, you're still trying to accomplish that, nothing has changed. The time was, you can't change what happened. It happened. Maybe reflect what went wrong, what could I change. But it's like, the only thing you can do is like move on. Like the example I've seen on TikTok. It's like, yeah, like for example, like this lady is just making an example of, because sometimes like you fall off and you're like, now I'm giving up on my dream because I'm not committing or whatever. But like, for example, she shows herself like eating like a yogurt, and then a little drop spills on her, and then she pours the entire yogurt on herself. It's like, that doesn't really make sense. Like a little drop spilled,
you just clean it up.
You just clean it up and keep going. Like, yeah, I know, 2 months I fall off, we can reflect. I'm like, okay, maybe I needed that break. Maybe this and this distracted me, whatever. But it's like, now we're back. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it going, because I still know where I want to go.
And I think a very important thing is to also adapt.
Yeah.
To what's happening in your life.
Yes, because honestly, maybe we should do an episode about like cycle syncing and periods or whatever. Because honestly, that's very real.
A big one.
Because guys, our hormones and everything really do affect our daily lives, and we have all the different phases in our menstrual cycle, and you feel different in the different phases, and it affects you. Like, guys, luteal phase, that's real. Like, I don't want to, like, I just want to eat and chill, you know. And sometimes you just need to listen.
And you must tell me that you'll still love me from a potato.
Like, guys, as I said, I'm big on, like, if you've seen me my social media the past couple of years, I'm like chasing my dreams, but I'm also very into wellness and listening to my body, and which can be hard when you're trying to be disciplined, because that's also something I struggle with. Knowing when I'm being lazy or I'm listening to my body. I struggle with it a little bit, but I think I do well to be like, actually, like, because what I've seen, that sometimes I don't take a break, but I don't actively take a break, but I don't have motivation. So I'm thinking, I should be doing this, I should be doing this. So I haven't accomplished the thing, and I haven't rested. So that's giving me now more motivation to rest, to be like, okay, actually, maybe the last week of every month, I'm intentionally resting.
Yeah.
So that I know that now the 3 weeks I'm pushing. Last week of the month, I have that off or something like that. Just like realizing that I am going to need a break at some point. So I'm going to plan it in and take that break.
You need to schedule your breaks before your body or your life decides.
Yeah, and I think
like take the break.
Yes, and that's also like, even though like no one's coming to save you, like no one's also coming to tell you to take a break as well. And you know, and if you don't take a break, your body will tell you.
It will force you.
It will force you to take a break.
Taking breaks, it's crazy because guys, since primary school, like, or even preschool, when you went there, you had nap time.
Yes, and school holidays. Oh, I miss school holidays. What are we school holidays now?
So like, and when you were in school, you had break time, and then you had school holidays. Even now at work, you have off days and you have leave days.
Yeah.
Don't understand people that forfeit leave days, but because you, first of all, you earn your leave days.
Some of us have finished that. We're so big on wellness now. Our leave days are finished.
So like, first of all, you earn them, and they're there for a reason, because you need to take the time off so that you don't fall off.
Yes.
So it's the same thing in every aspect of your life, whether it's your fitness journey or your finances. Just like when you have a specific goal to save up for something, while you're saving up, give yourself, I would say, or this is what I do, I give myself a bit of a break here and now to splurge.
Yeah.
It's planned, it's budgeted for, but it feels like
in the budget. Sister budget.
But when
Co-host budget.
Please, girl. Stress of it. So like, it feels like, you know, you're rewarding yourself, not necessarily rewarding yourself, but it feels like a splurge, a spoil, and then
it makes it easier to push and
exactly,
show up, because we are human at the end of the day. Like, guys, a long weekend, we're tired, like, I had a long weekend work, wanna be like, guys, a big weekend in Gulu, all the tickets are sold out. You don't want to be there, but
some of us are,
and but we also want to be podcasters.
That's true. So we had to.
Yeah, so it's balance. Like, honestly, it's all about balance. If you know my life, guys, every day, like, there's a schedule. Like this morning, I was at a event.
Yeah.
Now, and then I went to buy furniture. Now, guys, I own a coffee table now. But yeah,
shout out.
My first ever coffee table.
Yeah, so that's the main thing is that no one is coming. You've only got yourself, and we're not saying, Wuti, do not lean on the community, do not lean on your people, do not ask for help. Of course, ask for help, get advice, get mentors, network, be with people, but no, Wuti, at the end of the day, it's you.
Yeah, this is your life.
This is your life.
In your future is in your hands.
You must fetch your life, just like Prince KP said.
Don't be alive.
But I don't know if there's anything else that you want us to emphasize about this specific topic. It's just what we're saying is that it's a reality.
Yeah.
It's sad. I don't know if it's sad.
I think, as I said I don't think it's sad. I think for me, doing hard things is fulfilling and keeps me.
It's fully soft life when you talk about hard things.
No, hard soft life. But it's like just knowing that, I don't know, it just brings me a certain fulfillment to know that something was so challenging and I did it.
And the things that you find hard might not be hard for me.
Yeah.
We don't have the same heart.
True.
So people shouldn't think, Tsopata says she does high rocks or wants to run comrades. You don't have to think of that as hard. Hard for you is whatever you consider hard, whether it is making sure that you have a fruit a day, or making sure that you have money that lasts you from month end to month end instead of month end to third week of the month.
Yeah.
Your heart. It's the heart that is in your life, so you need to overcome it.
Yeah, I guess whatever takes you out of your comfort zone, because I think usually when you dream or when you see the future you're not there usually. You see a better life for yourself and bigger things for yourself. And that means there's certain things that have to happen that are not happening now that need to take you from this point to that point. So that happens outside of your comfort zone because you're not living in that right now.
And what you're living in is usually what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
That's my vibe.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
That's an incredible point to share. But I don't think there's anything else to add to that. But just know that you're doing this for yourself. Or if there are other people in your life.
Yeah.
Whether you've got friends, kids, spouses that you're doing it for.
Yeah.
But you have to take the first step.
For real.
And we trust that you can and we believe in you. If you needed a bit of motivation. But yeah.
And I think guys, I'm just gonna do a little motivational speech, but just with my initial 75 hard challenge, I probably read 2-3 books ever since I left high school. Then on the 11th of December I started reading 10 pages a day.
My birthday.
Yeah, 11th December 2024 I started reading 10 pages a day, and since then it's mid-June, and how many months is that? 7 months? 6 months, eh?
Yeah.
6 months, I think I've read 8 books. And after high school, I read 3 books. And I just did that by reading 10 pages a day. So the point I'm trying to make is small steps. If I went on the 11th of December and I said, I want to read 8 books by June, it's going to be I never even read more than 3 books since high school, and it sounds so big, so overwhelming. But I said, you know what, I want to be a person that reads. Reading 10 pages a day, I'm a person that reads.
And you enjoy it.
Now I'm a person that reads. Guys, I'm reading The Secret Life of Abaseki's Wives, and I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed the book club. Hey, that's so fun. But just I think that has been, I hope you can take this away, but just realizing that to be the person you want to be, you need to do those things. If I want to be a runner, if I run 3 kilometers a week, I run. I'm a runner, you know. Yeah. So it's
with a vest as well.
Yes, it's you don't have to do comrades to be a runner. It's taking those small steps to do what you want to do makes you that person. So me making candles on the stove 4 years ago.
Made you a candle maker.
Made me a candle maker. And
love
now
that.
it has grown, but it wouldn't have grown if I hadn't started. So you have to show up for yourself, and you know where you want to be, but this is something I can guarantee you. You're not going to start there. You're not going to start being there already.
True.
But you won't get there unless you take the first step.
And another thing to add on to that, which you said so perfectly, is to celebrate your wins.
Yes.
Because you are doing hard things and you know that no one is coming. When you accomplish something, you celebrate. I'm not saying go buy this and just literally acknowledge the moment, acknowledge the life and the steps that you've taken to get where you are. Like, I was thinking about it this week. I said, you know what? I'm a person that runs.
Yeah.
And I romanticize it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yesterday I baked chocolate chip cookies. And I said,
Yeah, we're bakers too, guys. We have Bake-Off, Great British Bake-Off in the house at home.
so like
Yeah.
when you decide
Yeah.
to take those steps, don't forget to go back and say, man, shout out.
I did that.
Yeah.
Like, me with my coffee table now, the whole world knows that I did that. I got a coffee table now.
So yeah, no, but shout out to you and all the hard things that you're doing, and shout out to you for all the hard things that you've
And
done.
shout out to us, because even for us to show up today to film this, like,
Was hard.
guys were saying like, hey, comparing bags under our eyes. Well, it's like,
But you know what? It's proof
that we
It's
do hard
proof.
things,
It's
you know.
proof,
Yeah.
But yeah, we just want to say again.
But rest also.
Of course. After
Yeah.
this,
Yeah, well,
yeah,
yeah.
resting, sort of. But yeah, thank you again for joining us in this amazing episode, and we hope that you enjoy the chats that we have.
And let us know. Share this to someone that you believe can do hard things.
And yeah, so thanks again, and see you in the next one. Bye.
Do hard things. Bye.